to talk to you about eyeshadows, and specifically I want you to come on sort of a fact digging mission with me about my eyeshadows, because lately I've been feeling like I always gravitate towards the browns and creams and coppers, neutral tones, taupes, more the warmer taupes than cooler taupes. I find taupe a ridiculously difficult color to know what exactly is actually myself. To me, what a lot of people call taupe looks like purple or lavender to me. Okay, but the warmer toned eyeshadows, and I have been feeling like I have been buying this for the past, let's see, when does this start? When did I buy these Nars ones? 4 months? 6 months? 4 to 6 months. I feel like I've been buying the same eyeshadow colors or similar eyeshadow colors, hoping against all hope to finally find the perfect eye colors for me for an everyday look. I think I found it several times, but I still keep buying these colors. So I thought what we could do today is sort of look at those. This is not my entire eyeshadow collection by any means, but it is a lot of what I've been purchasing the last 6 months, not all of it. And I feel like I have a lot of exactly the same colors here. And I need to stop. Oh my God, what happened to my palette? Thank God it's the black. I don't use it. That's just sad. Okay, I'll show you that when we get to it. Okay, so I really should have some tissue paper here. Give me a moment. Sorry about that. Okay, so like I said, this is not going to be my entire eyeshadow collection, but just the colors that I feel have been sort of repeats or hunts for the perfect one. As I look at them, there are some very, very similar ones, but they're not totally so. Well, okay. The other thing is that Lorac is bad. They don't put the color names on their palettes, so forgive me. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about just one side of my MAC palette, because these 3 colors here are colors that I have had. I know, I'm learning how to depot. Look how I destroy my colors when I depot them. Okay, so these 3 colors here are ones on the side here, are ones that I've had for over 5 years. I know they expire, yes. But these are the ones that I sort of started out with, and they're Brule, which looks like that, and Wedge. I obviously need replacements of these, which looks like that. And Corduroy, which looks like that. Those are the 3 matte colors that I lived in for a long time. I think I have to get a new one of that Wedge. It's looking a little worse for wear, I would say. They're all matte. Well, no, the Brule is a satin. Definitions from MAC, whatever those things. I don't understand the difference between a satin and a matte. But that's something for a different video. Okay, so those colors are ones I've had forever. And then I decided that I was going to try this Maybelline palette, because I decided I needed new eyeshadows, and I didn't want to depart too much. Because why do I have this obsession with having brown eyeshadows and gold eye? Because I really feel like I'm comfortable with how those colors work with my skin tone. I feel like I'm comfortable on putting them on without making myself look like I have been punched in the face. And so many blues and so many greens, and by definition then purples, make me look like I have been, you know, maybe not punched to the extent of having a totally black eye, but it makes my eye and skin look more bruised than it does, you know, brightly colored or pigmented. And the bright, like putting super pigmented blues and greens and pinks or whatever on my skin has never been my style. Like I'm much more of a classic sort of understated makeup person, I think, than someone who likes to put on like super bright greens or whatever. So I like sticking with the neutrals and the warmer neutrals. I think the warmer neutrals work better with my skin and eye color. This is just my experience, I guess. So I started looking around for other colors to replace those because I was getting, you know, really bored with those and started playing a lot with more colors. And I bought this Maybelline palette. This is Expertwear Designer Chocolates. There you go. And these are the colors again. I didn't like working with these. I didn't feel like the color payoff was any better than what I was getting, and the wear was not that great, and I feel like they just weren't pigmented enough. Besides, I'm kind of a makeup snob. It's true. So for the simple fact that it's Maybelline, I'm gonna find something wrong with it. So I decided to go on the hunt for the perfect neutrals for my eye, and I decided to go to Sephora to find them, and I ended up looking at the Nars eyeshadows. I'd heard good things about them. I do love the Nars eyeshadows. So those are the MAC and the Maybelline are sort of the ones they're not in my regular rotation anymore, apart from the Brule, but I think that's because my colors in the MAC, it's because I wore them for so many years and I need to replace them. They are old. Okay, so what I ended up with at Nars, it's not that one. I ended up with Cairo. Oh, I've forgotten to bring one downstairs. So I'm sorry, it's Bali. But I'm not gonna run up and get it now, but it's a darker chocolatey brown. So I got Ashes to Ashes, which looks like that swatched on my finger. Wait, maybe that's better. Like that swatched on my finger. I'm actually gonna, let's see if that helps the color pay off any better. So, and that's Ashes to Ashes, and this is Cairo. So Ashes to Ashes is on this one, and Cairo is on that one. They're the same color, but they're not. Ashes to Ashes is deeper, what I hear people calling a real taupe. This is an Urban Decay eyeshadow brush that I happen to have down here. So this is Ashes to Ashes. There. Comes off much browner and less purpley than you'd think in the pan. And then this one is Cairo and comes off pinker. We're gonna have to do something about that light, aren't we? There. So you see them next to each other in their pans. Ashes to Ashes. I bought these on the same day. Ashes to Ashes and Cairo. And I tend to like to wear the Cairo more because I feel like it has a warmer tone to it than Ashes to Ashes does. Okay. And then the other day, I picked up from Nars this one, which is Nepal. Tell me, please, how Nepal is different from Cairo. Well, Cairo is darker, but they have this, yeah, it's slightly pinker and slightly darker. But you can see I've basically bought the same color 3 times, basically. I love them all, and they are subtly different. Surely I don't need to buy 3 colors the same time. And then, if you look at this palette, which I picked up because I loved it, this is the Lorac Unzipped palette, and I wish I could tell you what the names of the colors are, but I can't because they're, yeah. But here's Nepal, up next to that one in the corner there. Tell me they're not the same color. I will swatch them. Well, this one's more shimmery. This is the Unzipped. It's more shimmery. That's the light one in the Unzipped there. And the more purple one, I guess you guys call it taupe, or you guys, why am I saying you guys? People tend to call it taupe. And the more chocolatey brown one, which is a lot like the Bobbi, actually. So I basically bought the same palette in Lorac as I have in Nars. Yeah, it's a little travel palette though, isn't it? Yeah, and I do like Lorac eyeshadows, especially this baked palette, which I ruined just a moment ago. And I just dropped it and the black came off, which is kind of a tragedy, but I never used the black, so. Okay, these are colors I use all the time. This peachy sort of one here. It's gonna annoy me if you can't see the colors. So there. And then the golden coppery sort of brown one in the middle. This one there looks like that. And the brown is rich and deep brown. So that's those 3 bottom colors. And I wear those all the time. They're probably my favorite colors. But let me tell you something. I also got the Naked 2 palette. Tell me those colors aren't right here. Snakebite. No, YDK. Let me see. YDK. That's YDK on my little finger. Yeah, same color. I do like the baked palette in their consistency and ease of application, and they're really, I especially really love this peach color. I don't know that I have that anywhere else. The Naked 2 palette, maybe Chopper, which is this one here, would be close. I'll swatch that on one finger. That's Chopper. And then I'll swatch the peachy one that I like. And so they are similar but not exact, I guess. But I do feel like just about all my colors lately have been sort of represented by these here to a very large extent. And then of course, because I love this a lot, I really do like the quality of the Urban Decay palette. What did I do? I went and got the Naked palette. Last person in the world to get it, I know, but the Naked 1 palette, which means I have doubles of, you know, half baked. Is that the only one that's a double? But again, ooh, look at those colors. Oh, wow, they're the same ones I have, apart from the ones at the end here. So, I guess it's time for me to stop buying those colors and start using the ones I have, because I obviously know which colors it is that I actually like. I hope you were able to actually see some of these swatches on here. There are tons and tons of swatches of the Naked palette and the Naked 2 palette on the internet. Oh, and I bought this one the other day, which is like a shimmery version of my Bali color. This is Mekong by Nars, and it swatches really rich and dark like that. So the browns, I guess I feel like the browns are my style. The warmer, the better, I usually think, although I can go quite lavendery taupe, not too dark though, and not too purple. As soon as it becomes too purple, too blue, I really just feel like it makes me look like I'm bruised rather than made up or shadowed. Yeah. Also, when I went and bought Infallible, what do I buy? I buy the Loreal Infallible pot. Of course, I go right ahead and buy Amber Rush because, look, it's a gorgeous, shimmery, copper-toned, golden tone, I guess. I like the golden tones a lot and the browns. But I guess what I'm seeing is that I do like more sort of taupey, lavendery tones in there too. Although, because I don't like going too brown either, because that doesn't quite go with my skin tone either. I don't know if that was interesting. I don't know if it was sort of me just sort of exploring my eyeshadows and getting a grip for what I own and which colors are, you know, dupes of each other. And how they're dissimilar and how they're similar. I am next Tuesday doing sort of an everyday eye look and what I use these colors for. So that's probably like Tuesday the 28th, or is it the 28th? Whatever, February, whatever, that sort of day, the Tuesday before March. Is it 28th? Yeah. So you can come back and sort of see what I'm going for with these colors then. Yeah. So that's my little run through of my eyeshadows and what I've been buying lately. And I think I've convinced myself I really don't need to get any more because I seem to get the same colors over and over and over, just in different shadows. And the Urban Decay are good shadows and the Nars ones are good shadows. I do miss, I like the Lorac baked ones as well a lot. I'm sad I broke it. Yeah, there you go. I don't know if it was useful. I don't know if you enjoyed it. I don't know if you could see the swatches. I don't know any of that stuff, but I know that I feel better now about my eyeshadows. I feel like I have a better grip on what I own, and I really probably don't need the Burberry colors, although I want them really badly. There's also a Tom Ford palette that Hannah number 24, I'll put her name, did a review of, and it's just gorgeous and I love it so much. And I'm listing for it. I'm hoping they have it at duty free when I go out of the country next. That would help a lot. Okay, thanks for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing, and please let me know what you think, or if there are colors you think I should be trying instead of these, or if there are better versions of these colors somewhere, because I need another one, like a, yeah. Yeah, just comment in general. Let me know what you think. And thank you so much again, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.